Happy Pride, Wilson.
Happy Pride, Johnny. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are so excited to have you be part of Queerty's Pride 50 this year.
It's my pleasure, really.
You came out at a young age back in the early 90s, which is remarkable. But as a young man, teenager, how do you think you found some of that strength and courage to do that at a time when not many were?
I think it was the times I was living through and in, right? Picture it, 1994, right? We were literally at the height of the AIDS epidemic. Bill Clinton is in office, so we have an administration that is helping drive a cultural conversation. Katie Lang is out, Elton John, I think it was out by then, Boy George, all of these people. So I think the fact that we were in the midst of this cultural conversation was something that I wanted to be a part of. I think it was the revolutionary in me, the advocate in me that still lives and breathes inside of me that wanted to be a part of a conversation about how we talked about what we called gay and lesbian people at the time, but which really was the queer community. I knew what I was doing was a political act, and the fact that the conversation was happening gave me enough strength to join it.
And you touched on, My So-Called Life, obviously groundbreaking. You were the first out actor playing an out character, and it's coming on the 30th anniversary of the premiere this fall. Did you have any inkling of how the giant step you were making for gay kind at the time? Just, like.
I see where you're going. I see what you're doing there. I would never put it in terms of like that I was changing the world or anything like that. I think I was very well aware of how important Ricky Vasquez would be on television because I knew how important he would have been to me had I been able to see him when I was 15 or 16 years old. So, the opportunity to be that for my generation and for the generation following, I knew would be important. And I knew that it would be a conversation that I would probably have well into my 50s. I felt some real responsibility around it, right? I wanted to make sure we got that story right. And I wanted the audience to know that I was putting my stamp of approval as an openly gay man on this storytelling and on this character.
Do you ever think about what Ricky Vasquez would be doing right now? Like where is he 30 years from My So-Called Life?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. I mean, I think, in a parallel universe, Ricky Vasquez is owning the runway as an incredible, fashion designer. And I think he would be highly successful. And I think he would be in the fight that we're in right now.
And turning looks.
I mean, for sure. I mean, Lady Gaga and he are best friends, and Laverne Cox and him hang out, and Billy Porter wears him wherever he goes.
And then something we're asking everyone is sort of what do you think is your queer superpower?
Empathy. And it's a curse and a blessing, right? As an actor, it is a blessing to be able to fit yourself into someone else's shoes. But in the real world, when you're an empath, it can be overwhelming and anxiety inducing. But I think, the fact that we are part of a marginalized community, especially as people of color who are members of this community, we understand how it feels to be othered.
Absolutely. Well, Wilson, thank you so much.
We did it?
Yes. Thank you so much for chatting with us and being part of the Pride 50. And I hope you have an amazing Pride season, whether you're in New York or LA or wherever you are.
Thank you for letting me be a part of this. It's an important year for us to remember to have queer joy. It's an election year. There's a lot of work to do. So let's enjoy this month, but let's also use it to get each other out and active.
Thank you so much, Wilson.
Thank you.